Hello, beautiful people, and what is up? You're watching Storm's gaming session, and right now I am in GTA 5, the enhanced PC edition, and man, the game really does look good. But I think this is mainly because of the ray tracing. So I thought, hey, why not test out the game on my laptop? So these are my laptop's specifications. They must be on your screen. So basically I have a RTX 4060 laptop. It's a full TGP, so that will affect the performance quite well. So now if you have the same specifications, let me quickly show you what settings I'm using to get these splendid visuals. So first of all, I've set my resolution to 1440. One of the reason for that is because I have an ultra wide monitor, so 1080p just doesn't really look that good. I've also put the refresh rate to 85 hertz, and well, let's head on to the main setting, which is the graphic preset. So since I changed a couple of things down below, it automatically set it to custom. As you can see, I've enabled a ray tracing, and I have set ray traced shadows, ray traced reflections, the global illumination, and ambient occlusion to ultra. And I've also set this setting to a very high. Next, I have turned on NVIDIA DLSS, and I've set it to quality. I didn't really feel the need to put it on performance. And for the sharpness, I've set it to around 70%. I think that's more than enough. Now, coming down below, I've set the shader quality to very high, texture quality to very high, and for this setting, I set it to into 16. And for the particles quality, I set it to ultra. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It is also set to very high. Water quality, grass quality on ultra. Now for the lighting, I've set lighting quality to very high, reflection quality very high, shadow quality very high. Now I don't know how or why the soft shadows is set to softer. As for the long shadows, I have enabled this setting. Now I turned off high resolution shadows because I didn't really think that they would make that much of a difference, but you can enable it if you have a good system. Now because all these small settings, they do put a strain on your GPU, so be mindful of that. As for the extended shadow distance, I've set it to around I don't know how much this is, 20-30%. Now for the post effects, I have set it to high because it will mostly affect your motion blur, the bloom, and that type of things, and I don't particularly like motion blur in my games. And as you can see, I've also set the motion blur strength to like almost 10%. Now for the population density, population variety, distance scaling, I've just maxed out all of these settings. I've also enabled the high detail streaming while flying. For the extended distance scaling, I just left it on default. I didn't really touch it. And after all of that, the game is using around 6 MBs or no, actually around 6 GB of my video RAM. So it's not really that bad per se, because I've got 8 GBs of VRAM, and if the game is using 6 GB, when I've turned all these settings to ultra, I think it's pretty good. As you can see, the game looks beautiful, and on the top right corner you can see that I am getting like yeah, I'm getting almost constant 60 FPS, but I've noticed that it just swings between 50 to 60, doesn't really dips below that. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for the game. And yeah, and as you can see, everything looks stunning, especially the shadows. Look at this. My shadow on the window, man, it just looks really good. I think the one of the best parts about this update is the explosions. Yeah, definitely good. Look at this. All that smoke and fire just looks really nice. Look at that. Wow. So I thought about jumping into the online mode because you might think that it puts extra strain on the game. So let's quickly hop into GTA Online and see how many FPS we get around there. Okay guys, so we are in GTA Online, and as you can see I'm getting pretty decent FPS right now. But it could also be because it's a night time and we don't really have that much of lighting. But I think the shadows and yeah, look at this. The lighting on the walls of the buildings, it looks pretty good. Okay, so I'll play around and see if it gets to daylight, and I'll show you how the city looks when the sun is up. So it's about to get daylight, and I thought about riding around in the car to see if the FPS dips, but no, it hasn't really dipped. I think I'm getting more FPS in GTA Online than I was getting in the story mode. Okay, I think the lights look pretty good here too. Okay, let's find some other place where we can find more of the sun. Okay guys, so I actually had to climb all the way to the top because it was taking quite a bit to get to daylight, and as you can see, everything just looks so good. I mean, how the light just bounces off the character and the sunlight. Yeah, I think it looks pretty amazing, and the ray tracing is definitely working. Actually, you will see more the global illumination when you are in a shady place, because that's actually where the reflections the light that bounces off the walls and stuff is actually noticeable. I mean, out here in the open, not really. But yeah, the ray tracing definitely works. It looks really good, and as you can see, my RTX 4060 laptop is able to run the game and give a really good FPS. So yeah, if you have the same system specs or even something lower, I think you will be able to play the game with very good visuals without having to sacrifice your performance. So this is it for the video. I hope I'll be back soon. Till then, goodbye and take care.